Ministry of Wrestling podcast. Do you know what I think about the Ministry of Wrestling podcast? It's my favorite podcast, and I'm yet to listen to it. One day I will listen to it. That's the deal, right? So right now, if you're looking at my bald head and you're not listening to the Ministry of Wrestling podcast, I'm ashamed of you. I'm disappointed in you. You've made me sad, and the only way you can sort this out is by listening to
the Ministry of Wrestling podcast.
Do it now and subscribe and do other things with the thing.
All right, thank you. Stop that.
Hey yo, it's after another pay-per-view, so you know what that means? We're here. It's me, the one AJ Anthony Jordan.
What's up, it's me, Dan the Tech, the wrestling fan that doesn't watch wrestling.
Big Tom, back in the zone.
Right, okay guys, so click a link, check below, check the end of the video. You will see that we've finally done the all-in pay-per-view. Now we're about to do the Payback pay-per-view. A much shorter show, I can guarantee you, because it's half the bloody matches. TK, take note. Okay, so overall, you know what? It's one of these things that I'm going to say, just off of judgment. These mid pay-per-views that aren't part of your big four or big five, because we got Money in the Bank, which is apparently the big five, the fifth one now. People don't have a lot of anticipation for them, but they put some good matches out. I actually really enjoyed this pay-per-view from what I saw. Like it was a solid card. Thumbs up on my end.
Well, I'm just living my gimmick. I'm living my gimmick by not watching the matches and how it's done. I know a lot about this review. As usual, I read WWE. I don't watch WWE. I know it makes no sense, doesn't it? But yeah. But yeah, I know a lot about this card. I didn't watch any of the matches, but from what I know, it sounded like a really, really good pay-per-view. And I wish I was with the man and watching it, because that's the only time I get to view stuff. But don't worry, we will hear from Big Tone on how the matches go, because I know at least one of us watch everything all the way through. What's up?
Yeah, I did watch it live. And yeah, this pay-per-view was a middling pay-per-view, but like some of the matches themselves actually exceeded expectations. So yeah, make of it what you will.
Cool. All right, let's kick it off with the first match, which was the steel cage match, Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. Do you know what? Let's go with the format of what it is. So, I mean, I could just say it was average, but Tone, give us the full-on analysis of this match. What were your thoughts on it?
So this is actually one of the SAT matches I'm talking about that like delivered a lot more than you might have thought it would have been like on paper, because again we've seen the matchup a lot already, and for me, I've enjoyed this feud personally. I've enjoyed the fact that a legend like Trish Stratus has came back and she's been involved in like current storylines with one of the top female stars, and this is like the payoff really. And the match itself was back and forth, had a lot of great spots. Trish can still definitely go, and it's a good way of sending her home, especially with what happened after the match was done. And so we saw us basically getting into a confrontation with Trish and turning on her. So now, like, Trish has gone home, and so we saw us can, like, continue to push forward as the badass on Raw. So all in all, I think the match was good. I think the man is now able to go on to bigger and better things. And like, I look forward to seeing what's next for her.
Well, here's the thing. So we do have what's next. Another show. Look out for it, guys. It will be coming at some point, probably next week, the way stuff are going. But here's two things. One, in my previous what's next, I did call Zoe Starks and Shayna possibly tagging. If I saw Raw correctly, did they shake hands after their match?
Yeah, they did. It looks like it's going that way.
Yes, I called it. I need to get that video up already.
That's next.
Who's next? What's next? But here's the interesting thing. We say bigger and better things for Becky. Do you know what's actually next with Becky at the moment?
Yeah, NXT title.
Do we call that bigger and better? Respectfully?
Yes, we do.
It is.
NXT is better.
One, like, you're putting... I don't know if she's going to win, yeah, but say she does win, you're putting gold back on Becky, and like she's actually elevated all of NXT. Let's be honest, yeah, ever since they started putting more main roster people on NXT, they're giving me more of an incentive to watch. I will actually watch NXT more now that Dominic Mysterio's on it, now that Rhea Ripley's on it, like quite often. So yeah, bringing the man there to be the champion for even just a couple of months, that's a good look. She definitely should be the champion going into No Mercy.
Do you know the other thing that it does, which I'm obviously not thinking of? It makes her Grand Slam man, doesn't it? Like Becky, she never held it before, so
And that's the point. That's why they want to do it, basically.
Yeah. So
Or you never know, they might just be giving Tiffany Stratton that rub. Yeah, oh, she's beat the man. Yeah, like that's good for her. She does.
Indeed. So now, Big Tone, the bigger question, more than what's next. Where does this match rank for you?
You know what? I'm gonna actually go as far as saying this match was awesome.
Nice.
This
Okay.
was awesome.
Ben, how did everyone vote on this one?
So we're gonna go straight up the scores wise in our little group. Let's keep this going. Everyone went for Becky Lynch, simple because the man, and everyone saw it being the end, like the completion of Trish Stratus's run in WWE was meant to end at SummerSlam, but I'm happy that they hold back so they can have a longer, better match. From what I'm hearing online, I really want to watch this. It's just the fact I'm lazy in the viewing world, but hey, WWE. All the reviews are coming in good. I might just make a quick view. I've got the network. I'll just jump on and quickly watch this one match if I have to. And yeah, sounds good. But yeah, everyone's equal up right now with 1 point each going in. Clean sweep coming. Everyone's on 1 point. Clean sweep.
1 point. Okay. Right. The next match. Two of the most polarizing people in wrestling. L.A. Well, yeah, it's true. John Cena came out for this as your special guest ref. L.A. Knight versus M.I.Z. The Miz. So,
well, L.A. Knight is white hot, at the moment. He probably got the ovation of the night. Obviously, John Cena was there as well. It's always nice to see him. And after the match, it was some potential teasing of the future. Perhaps it could be LA Knight versus John Cena, that'd be a very interesting match. I reckon that will probably happen in one of those Saudi Arabia shows if that goes ahead and happens. But in terms of this match, it was all right. Like I said, I do feel that this was a bit of a baptism by fire for LA Knight by The Miz, because The Miz has just gone out there and said basically what every single critic has accused LA Knight of. Yeah, he said it on air. Yeah, and he's meant it. So, if LA Knight's popularity survived that storm, I guess he is certified legit. The match itself was okay. It's nothing special. Yeah. But, it did what it needed to do. LA Knight hit his finisher, got his hand raised. So, yeah, it's okay.
Cool. Where does this rank on the meter?
It's a mid-card match.
Which essentially, with the highest respect, like Miz, I always associate, he's a multi-time champ, he's a multi-time Grand Slam champ, but I still associate him with the IC title. And this is what we're looking for LA Knight to do. So you know what? I think mid-card is very fitting. Then, how did everyone go on this one?
Before I jump into the scores, I can say right now, Miz is one of the best workers for WWE. He's been there so long. He's been there for so long. He's done so much for this company, and he came in. Everyone thought when he came in, he's been through all the errors as well. Not all, but main part errors. So give it up for Miz for doing that. LA Knight, I'm also reading online. Everyone's complaining that John Cena is trying to take the rub from LA Knight. No, he's not. He's giving him the rub, shaking his hand at the end and stuff like that. He's trying to make LA Knight bigger than he is right now, which is really, really white hot. I just want WWE to run with it now. Just run with it while it's hot. And don't let them look, because everyone said he is the Zack Ryder?
Zack Ryder, the one that Nico says, and I do agree, and I feel it. It has that Mr. Kennedy shade where he's big, but they haven't given him enough. And does it just stop there, and do they get rid of him while he's at the height of his game? And I really hope
there's lots of names they've used. There's Ryback, there's Fandango. There's many people that have been there, but they just didn't get to the top.
There's a reason why I use the Zack Ryder line, because Zack Ryder got himself over with the Long Island Z videos. Yeah. I'm trying to get, and with the internet booking him, and he got so hot, WWE had to do something with him, and they just. Hopefully, this is not the
They
same
pushed
thing.
it
I
down
hope this
steps,
is,
literally.
yep. I hope this becomes a Daniel Bryan thing. But with that said, everyone went for L.A. Knight. Yeah, because why wouldn't you?
You'd be an idiot. You'd be an idiot to go the other way. Okay, we move on. Rey Mysterio versus Lost in Theory for the US.
And this is it. This is it. I feel so bad for Austin Theory, man. This is a guy that was beating John Cena in the opening match of WrestleMania earlier this year to just be like on a milk carton for the rest of like the year, isn't it? Yeah. So like when you say Lost in Theory really has been lost like that, I don't think it's cool. You know when I thought it was the most peak is at SummerSlam. Yeah, when they had that impromptu battle royal. Yeah.
And
And he
it
didn't get
Slim
entrance.
Jim. Slim
How
Jim
did
Battle
he
Royal. Let's make sure
not
WWE
No, no.
get their money.
it was a battle royal for the Intercontinental, a battle royal, and they had the US champ in the battle royal who didn't get injured. It was just in the ring. We're like, isn't that? Oh my god, that is him. What the?
Like for me, the disrespect to it, yeah, like they just not rate him anymore. Now, what I would like them to do with Theory is just to start him again. What I would do is reform the way, yeah, but have Johnny and Candice pushing for Indy and Austin to be the new top stars. So whereas they're not underlings, they are being pushed as the future by
The
their
parents are pushing their
respective
kids forward
managers.
now.
Yeah, so that would be a good look for him because they need to repackage him. Although I do like the association with Grayson Waller and him, I feel that is a nice little that's a nice little buddy pairing, and they're very similar as well. But in terms of this actual match, again, it's a match we've seen before, and it was okay. It's passable. Rey Mysterio is always gonna put on a good effort in the ring. He's gonna put on a good show, and Austin Theory does all right. He's not like he's showing why he's the future at the moment, but the match did what it's supposed to do, and yeah, Ray won. I'm hoping that leads to something for Santos to do, because again, like he's another person who is on finicky ground right about now. Yeah, so it was all right.
Losing weekly officially, apart from the leader. Here we go.
Oh god.
Where does this match rank for you?
I'm gonna be kind. I'm not gonna be kind. I'm sorry. Beer break.
You're being so kind. Oh, you're so nice.
Yeah,
It could have been a you suck. It could have been a you suck. It could have been. It could have been.
I'm sorry, but like we've seen it a number of times, and you're just not really doing anything with Theory for me to justify even like putting it like mid card, because again, this was a match that you probably could have inserted someone else in there if you wasn't gonna make Theory get the title back. And like I just feel they just need to like reboot him and do more with it.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
So while we're on this, before we touch, just a bit of a bit of feed. Excuse me. A bit of thank you. A bit of commentary from you. The Grayson Waller effect moment. Get Grayson and Cody, Grayson and the new transfer to Raw. What was your take on that?
Yeah, you know what? Again, that's a great call. It's set up a lot of storylines as well, and I like that when they done like one story beat that set up multiple storylines. If you, I know you guys have watched Raw. I did watch Raw this week, and like Jay Uso being on Raw, it's a coming new storyline where everyone is sort of like watching him side-eyed. Sammy has of course embraced him, so that's setting up a storyline because KO was not there that week. I know he's not going to be happy. Yeah, that Sammy has embraced him. We've also got Drew McIntyre say, as soon as he steps a foot out of line, I'm going to be on him. And not only am I going to be on him, I'm going to be on Cody Rhodes as well for bringing it back. Yeah, brilliant. You set up multiple storylines by just doing that one thing. Yeah, so
That's what Riddle gave him the eye as well, isn't it? So
yeah, a lot of people gave him the eye, a lot of people looking at him, and hell, even Judgment Day offered him to join their ranks. Yeah, so there's a lot of like like there's a lot of stories that revolve around Jey Uso that can spring off onto other people, and that's brilliant.
It's nice. So I've also heard that with this, there is what's next, but does this mean this is where Cody finally goes over? People are also saying because Cody was an EVP and he has pull, is he bringing in CM Punk? There's so much different stuff from this one commentary of Cody being a former EVP and that Grayson Waller effect. So that was a nice touch. It was a nice.
It's also worth mentioning that they did mention on Raw someone from Raw will be going to SmackDown. So don't know who that's going to be. Could be Cody
It's
himself.
too early for Cody. I think it's too early for Cody.
It'll be Austin. Austin.
But sadly, Austin's on
SmackDown already.
He's already on SmackDown already.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be.
He's on the milk carton actually.
But yeah, jumping on that with the Austin Theory. Before I go into the points, Austin Theory reminds me of John Cena, but not Thugonomics John Cena, ruthless aggression John Cena, when he had no personality and he just come out as a ruthless aggression and just punch, kick. Because he needs to find his gimmick. He needs to find whatever it is. And that was John Cena almost got fired from that. And then he rapped on the plane, I think it was, on the back of the plane. So do something, Theory. You got the look. Now just give it up. And then the LWO, yeah, they're just a t-shirt faction. So some merch faction because, yeah, I don't know why they're there.
But you know
anyway, they went to Puerto Rico. They were there for Puerto Rico. It's done. Go away now. Anyway.
But here's the thing. As much as I say it's losing weekly officially, before, like, if it weren't for the queue at Money in the Bank, I would have bought a London World Order t-shirt. Like, I'm NWO inspired. I don't really mess with LWO. I didn't even like the original LWO. I was like, that's a cool t-shirt. And that's what they're doing. They're going to each town and becoming something WO. And it works. They are a t-shirt company. Well, good call.
Well, with this, it got really honest. Everyone went for the same pick again. Rey Mysterio. So right now, 3 match, 3 picks, and everyone's in the green. Everyone's going up there. Everyone's going to go for that full, the main thing. Everyone's trying to get the ultimate cards. Everyone's trying to get the clean sweeps.
Yeah, the brooms are out. Everyone's got that broom ready to sweep away.
That's right.
And here we go. We move on to the next match. The tag team title match. Sammy and KO versus the Judgment Day. Finn Balor and Senor del Banco, Dinero, whatever it is. Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
Senor del Banco, Ranco Scrento.
Senor del Dinero en el Banco. That would be it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's it.
No. I think you both.
No bank, dinero. Money.
Is it no el Banco?
No.
In that casino. No, that's my house. No. We're from England.
Damien Priest.
There you go. There you go. And translate it, please. Go.
There we go.
All right. So this match, I actually said on my predictions video that this was the hardest match to call for me of the show, because again, there's much justification for both of them winning. Yeah, and this is really like a showcase of good booking when I can't automatically just look and say this person's gonna win and be right. Yeah, because again, like there's plenty of justification for Sammy and KO to retain, to like continue building those fractures in the Judgment Day between Finn and Damian. That's what's been played out on TV. Also, there was plenty of cause for like Damian and Finn to get those titles, so all of them are holding gold. And obviously they went with the latter, yeah, and I was pretty happy about it. I would also say this was the match of the night, with a bunch of therefores, a bunch of weren't they, like, and then like because the points are on the line as well, yeah, and like I was like just cussing at home because I was thinking that bastard AJ. Yeah, he's done it, and I was upset because I very much almost did pick the Judgment Day, but I thought that they was like rushing the whole Judgment Day split, and so that's what was going to like factor into it. But no, they played it out a bit longer, yeah. And yes, the Judgment Day after Sammy and KO made history at WrestleMania, at night one winning those tag team titles. They needed someone big to lose those titles too. And unfortunately, it could be someone just like the Viking Raiders. I'm sorry, it could have. Yeah, like you've done it, yeah, and you made the right choice. The Judgment Day took the titles off them. It was a great match.
Do you know what? All the interferences and everything that came out, even when they won and the fireworks that they got, even the stipulation of Rhea Ripley being like, if you don't bring back gold, there's gonna have to be changes in there. It was the best storyline of the night for this, actually, if I'm honest. But Big Tone, more importantly, where does this rank?
Yeah, you know what? It's not good enough to be fighting forever, but I would say it's definitely awesome.
I could go with that. I would agree with that, actually. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. And Den, how does this go for the points?
Right, with this one, if y'all want to go see our prediction videos, it's up on the line. You can see what we were predicting beforehand. I did everything. I promoted Judgment Day. Yeah, because, they'd love to have the belts so they can battle against each other. So with all that said, I'm going to pick Sammy and KO. Why did I? It wasn't just me. Big Tone, Simsy, Nico all went for Sammy and KO because we couldn't see them losing against Judgment Day. It could be another riff. This would be another reason why the Judgment Day is fighting each other. But there was one man, and there's a one in his name. It's the one, AJ, who went, damn it, I'm going for everything. I'm going for broke. Either I'm going to lose or I'm going to get everything. And he went for it and got it. So well done, AJ. You got the point there. So one man's still on for the clean sweep, but, it ain't done yet. Because
2 matches to go.
2 matches to go. Then I think he might have made a mistake later, but let's not talk about it later. Let's talk about it when it comes up.
Okay, right. Okay, so we move on, and the Judgment Day continued to fight, and it was Mommy herself, Rhea Ripley, versus the weirdest gimmick I've ever seen, a lady who likes to flex her back, Raquel Rodriguez, for the women's title. Yes, it was on the line. Big Tone.
Well, you know what? Again, this was a nice little NXT callback because obviously, both of them were champion in NXT. Both of them had actually quite a good run in NXT. So this is like the fulfillment of one of the feuds that you would hope get brought up to the main roster between Raquel and Rhea. Yeah. In terms of the match itself, it was all right. I wouldn't say Raquel particularly is a great worker, but like it was nice to see a little power in a women's match. This is like something we don't really get to see that often, and it'd be legitimate, like power versus power, and Rhea actually being outpowered in some places. So the match wasn't great. It wasn't like a 5-star classic, but it didn't outstay its welcome, and it was okay. So yeah, middle of the road, man.
Big female meat. Big beefy man meat.
Big man, nice, big sweaty women.
Big back women. Big back women.
So you've kind of said it, but let's get the official ranking from you. Where does this one rank for you, Big?
Yeah, definitely mid-card, middle of the road.
Yeah, I totally agree. It was a decent match. It done something, but I think it also needed more build. I understand Raquel's part of like, yeah, you've done this, you've cost me that, you cost me that, but she didn't look. She's always been involved in something with Rhea. She's not proved, her dominance outside of trying to chase Rhea, so it didn't look the part for it to be like, oh, she's a solid contender. We needed to see her destroy
100%. And to be honest, again, this is a problem with WWE in general of building up female competitors for future championship reigns. They always just seem thrown in, when really you need to be building someone for months before you give them that shot.
Yeah,
and with this though, my main thing from this match is the position of this match, because you had Judgment Day winning the title, and then they're all holding the belt and the Money in the Bank briefcase and all that. Then Rhea went up to put her title on the line. Rhea should have won,
and
then said the line, "You better come back with the goal." Then it would have been bigger. So that's what the only difference is. That just flip the matches around, flip those matches, and I'm good. But it doesn't matter anyway, because everyone went and picked the same person. Rhea Who's going to take the belt from Rhea? That's a question we're all asking. But today it wasn't about the back. So Rhea won. And
Can I also say?
everyone.
Sorry. Yeah, I'll let you finish.
Go
I'll
ahead.
let you finish.
Well, no, I'm
I was
done.
going to say props to Dirty Dom. Dominic Mysterio
Yeah,
continues
yeah.
to be gold on TV.
He's gold. He was the MVP of the night. Yeah, like
Yeah.
for Judgment Day.
Yeah, he really was.
You saying that means WWE Payback, you'll be getting a view. That's from me. I'll be watching.
Those two matches, that honestly, the Judgment, they earned their right to be on the poster. The Judgment Day were brilliant TV.
Wait. Did they come out to the Judgment Day theme? What's it called again?
The other side.
The other side, yes.
They
Did
did
come out
on
to the other
Monday.
side?
On Monday,
Yeah.
they did.
I love that theme. I just
Did
heard
they
it
not for
only
the tag
once.
match? I'm sure they
No.
did for the tag match, didn't
Oh yeah, they did for the tag match. I
they? Yeah,
think,
for the tag match they did. Yeah.
Once again, what do you do? What do you have to do to get me to watch? Put Dirty Dom on screen and play that theme, and I'm watching it. Especially when it's only a 6-match card, I can get that out. I will be getting that out and watching that. But
Yeah.
even though I haven't viewed it right now, hopefully y'all did and you did like it. But as I said, everyone went for Ripley, especially that one AJ. Damn it, he's on the way.
One more match.
I agree. That they should have flipped it, and I hope that they actually do make JD join the crew because more members make them stronger. Make it more happier.
We don't want another
before the
NWO.
eventual downfall.
We don't want a new NWO.
In my What's Next video, I will drop something that may be there. And I've realized I'm not alone because I've seen the comments on socials. But it's not about that right now. What we're doing right now is the different ways of singing "Whoa" in entrances. Yes, I'm talking Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the world's title. Yeah, big toe.
Well, if you watch my predictions, exactly what I said it would be. It's just filler. Yeah, I love Shinsuke Nakamura. I feel he should have been the main eventer, exactly when he was making him a main eventer. Those times when he was feuding with AJ after the heel turn, he definitely should have got the title at least one of those times, innit? There was no need for AJ to have that long reign at that time. Yeah, but they didn't do it. Yeah, so again, I know some people like to vote with their hearts and think, that this was their redeeming quality, this was their redeeming factor, this was their chance. But nah, I knew they wasn't going to do it. I knew Shinsuke, again, it's just like someone to pass some time for Seth until they get to an actual viable contender. Yeah. And that's unfortunate. The match itself, again, it was possible, it was good. I wouldn't say it was anything great, to be honest. Both of these guys have done better in the past. I think they've done better against each other in the past. But as far as it closing out the pay-per-view, you made the right choice. Anytime that World Heavyweight Championship is on the pay-per-view and the WWE title is not on the pay-per-view, the World Heavyweight title needs to main event. Otherwise, it truly is like, as some people like to call it, the B belt.
It's only because we stopped swearing. I call it the B belt. There was it rhymes with itch. That's all I'm going to say.
That's when I say B. That's the type of B I meant.
Exactly.
That's the B.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I trust your analysis, but I will give you a few points on this. I think this match had a different style because of what it was, and this is what I liked about it was we know Seth is injured, and we had a deranged, for better or worse terms, Shinsuke, who's really going as strong style as he can on him to really break him down. And that's what I liked about this. And as much as we say it, and I said it in my prediction, and I'll potentially say it again. I know I should save it for what's next. I felt like I said it feels like it's the Asuka part. We've got a heel version of Shinsuke, but it's not in full motion. I don't know if they showed it on Raw. Shinsuke attacked Seth while he was walking to the back. There are videos of it. Like he attacked him at the end of this
That
match.
was after basically Seth himself had come out and called out Shinsuke for a world title rematch because it didn't sit well with him how he won at Payback.
Okay.
So, but Shinsuke was like no. Shinsuke was like no, yeah, and so then they started fighting, and then Shinsuke got the better of him.
Okay.
I thought Shinsuke was getting his inner punk out, you know what I'm saying? Just saying, Hados, I'm going to fight you. Well, Shinsuke actually did.
I'm old. I'm tired. Anyway, no, we won't do that. We won't do
Yeah,
that.
I will forever cuss that punk. I know Chairman as well when he's
Big
live in WWE.
Where
yeah.
Frank?
Unfortunately, I did expect more of this match, but it wasn't a bad match. It was just okay. Middle of the road, mid card.
Ooh, okay.
That's the real pick for that real belt. That's a mid-card belt.
Oh!
Mid-card world champion. That's
You
what
lot
you
are
are.
So just for anyone who is interested, WWE are going to India. I think the next few days anyway,
Yeah.
and it's going to be Seth and John Cena versus Imperium, which should be an interesting match. So yeah, just in case you're wondering what's next for those guys, that's what's next. And Sammy and KO are going to be eating another loss because they're taking on Indus Sher. I know Indus Sher are not losing in India. That's just facts. And another prediction: Rhea Ripley will retain because I believe she's taking on Natalia. Those are the matches that will be going.
Not the most dangerous woman in all of sports entertainment.
Yeah, there you go. Right.
Anyway,
Dan, how did this go?
Yeah, going from here, it's sad news. It's sad news because Nico picked the wrong person. Sad news. There's only sad news on this is that Nico picked the wrong pick and he picked Shinsuke. Other than that, we don't know what else happened. But that's the only thing we know what happened is Shinsuke got picked by Nico, and because of that, he lost and came last. And that's the end of my story.
Well, as long as that happens, because from what I can tell, you don't need to say anything else.
All right, I give you more then. All right, let's give you more then. Oh, boy. There was a clean sweep. There was a clean sweep because he picked the Judgment Day. Well done, AJ. And because we rolled over our points, because we rolled those over, since the last time there was a clean sweep, we've had 3 pay-per-views went by. That's a match point, just sitting there, not being collected. And then the point collector came in and went, I'm taking these points, son. Well, how much you meant to get? 5 points? Nah, give me those 3s as well. I'm getting 8 points for this one pay-per-view because of one match.
One match. I wanted to call the same, but I didn't.
Gave him
in the words
points.
of Christian, one more match. That's all I needed.
Oh my gosh. But you know what? Congrats.
Thank you.
And with that, it threw him straight up into the lead. I haven't got the scores because I've added up stuff because I'm thinking too far ahead sometimes. But what happened? AJ went and took the lead, didn't he? How dare he?
I haven't did. Sorry, Big Tone. Sorry,
he went into the lead up to 28 points. Big Tone was right behind him though in 25. Big Tone went that far, but it wasn't just Big Tone. Simsy, the reigning lead at the time, was on 22 points. And because of his big 0, Nico was only on 21. That means Connaught the Rare, who says he will not lose, he will not come last, would be myself. That was only on that low score of 14 points. At least I was a teenager now. I was in the teens.
There you go.
On 14. But yeah, well done to AJ jumping, making that big giant leap. I think he went in 3rd, jumped straight to 1st. Yeah. So well done. Just don't mess up again. Just no more clean sweeps for now.
Well, this is it. But here's the thing. So here we go. Just with 6 days of victory, Big Tone was champ, and now it's me. But guess what, guys? The very next day, we went from All In to Payback to All Out. Can I maintain the lead? There's only one way to find out. You need to tune in tomorrow. That's the one. That's the way to find out. Was there another clean sweep? Who knows? It's AEW, so it's even harder because you got to do it for like 13 or 30 or 50 matches. Who bloody knows? It's ridiculous. But it doesn't matter. Right now, guys, if you have enjoyed this content, please give us a like, give us a comment. Tell your friends to tell your friends. If you haven't, hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. We are as consistent as we've ever been. Normally, it was just like the week of ministry for the awards. Look, you're literally getting 2 weeks worth of content out of us. Celebrate it while you can. The ministry is doing it. We're growing in numbers. And as Den keeps doing it, whoa, to Booker T. Go on with it, Den. Give us the note.
Tell 5 friends, tell 5 friends, tell 5 friends, tell 5 friends, tell 5 friends about the ministry of wrestling.
That's the one. So from until the next time, I am the one AJ Anthony Jordan.
I'm Dan the Tech, the wrestling fan that doesn't watch wrestling.
Big Tone, out the zone.
We out. See.